According to crypto experts, Cardano has failed to meet the outrageous expectations of investors, and there is always proofs to justify negative sentiments and opinions about it. Cardano's ambitious projects are far from being implemented, and investors are taking note of this. Some investors are losing their patience with the coin as well, especially in this market downturn. To avoid heart-rending disappointments, not investing in Cardano seems to be an attractive option, but hopefully it won't be a regrettable one. Be sure to watch this video to the end to not miss out on anything. As you learn more about Cardano and blockchain technology, it is so easy to get excited and want to go all in. The trouble is that we simply don't know what will happen in this industry. Cryptocurrency is a new industry and the technology is still developing, and it is a risky and volatile investment. Even if you are buying Cardano with strong convictions, you could still lose your hard-earned cash. With Cardano's recent drawbacks, you should probably consider your investment decision and weigh your options. Cardano's failures started when the founder, Charles Hoskinson, disappointed several investors with the prediction he made 2 years ago. He had gone ahead to predict that by 2021, there will be hundreds of assets running on Cardano, thousands of dApps, tons of interesting projects, and lots of unique uses and utilities. He added that the year would be so much fun for investors because Cardano would grow and evolve. When the projected time came, there was nothing to offer, and Hoskinson was called out for failing to deliver on his prediction. However, this year, Charles Hoskinson admitted that he was wrong with those predictions. Instead, he smugly declared that there were now millions of native assets and hundreds of dApps. Remember when I predicted thousands of assets and dApps on Cardano? Well, I was wrong. There are now millions of native assets issued and dApps are now in the hundreds. The comment was in reference to a July 2020 tweet, which caused a stir based on the detractors calling it pie-in-the-sky thinking. Hoskinson corrected his predictions, but this does drive away the fact that the time was wasted. The Cardano network has weighty timelines of attractive upgrades and updates, which are worthwhile the wait. Even if these upgrades do not meet their deadline, Cardano still has a small time window to implement its projects before it's too late. Unfortunately, Cardano is sluggish in this regard, and it will face an uphill battle. Cardano is not doing so well in terms of achieving utility in Africa. The ambitious project launched in 2017 does look fantastic on paper, but very little groundwork has been done. There have been various announcements and deals about African countries, with a deal inked with Ethiopia's former Minister of Education about bringing 5 million student records to the Cardano blockchain. Almost all of them are still far from being fully implemented. Agreed with no implementation adds no value to the project, but only creates more disappointments as time passes. Eventually, the hype behind Cardano will dry up. It is quite astonishing that Cardano has experienced a lot of favorable factors, but they failed to have a sustaining effect on Cardano's price and value. The Alonzo hard fork, which introduced smart contracts to the platform, is a clear example. Ordinarily, when a crypto network sees an upgrade, its price tends to witness a positive reaction, as which was seen during the launch of Ethereum's EIP 1559, when the value of the asset railed above the 3,000 mark again. However, in the case of Cardano, despite the implementation of its highly anticipated Alonzo upgrade that brought smart contract features to its blockchain, the value of the asset saw a massive decline by close to 50%. On September 12, 2021, Cardano completed the final stage of its move to make the network compatible with smart contracts. The Alonzo hard fork marked the beginning of a new era for Cardano. The community welcomed the upgrade with open arms, although one thing remained a problem: there was no rise in the price. It was earlier reported that there was a possibility for the Cardano smart contract deployment triggering a sell the news event. A major reason why ADA's price did not record any significant upward movement was that it took some time before decentralized applications went live on the network, as developers needed time to properly test and deploy their apps on Cardano. Now, the Alonzo upgrade was a big leap for Cardano, but it failed to retain its influence concerning price. Also, early this year, Cardano ADA found itself floating slightly above the historical $1 price level after the market sell-off pushed its price further south. The token was one of the hardest stricken crypto assets, crashing below 94 cents at the height of the crypto market bloodbath. Outside the market, the Cardano network delivered on some of its promises. The network welcomed Sunday Swap, but the launch was blemished by issues. The launch did not take off well, and this was proven by complaints that invaded the community about activity on the exchange. Users were unable to complete transactions and experienced slow processing of transactions. A number of them voiced their complaints over not receiving the Sunday tokens they swapped with their ADA. The development team behind Cardano, IOG, said the issues were anticipated and had resulted from network congestion. This caused long waiting periods for the transaction completions. There have always been problems with Cardano's upgrade in projects, thus making it an unappealing option to investors. Cardano has also been challenged on the issue of its slow pace in rolling out projects. However, Charles Hoskinson addressed this claim by giving his opinion on the recent events related to the crash in Terra Luna. The collapse in the price of its native token, Luna, caused the algorithmic stablecoin UST to depeg from the US dollar. The consequences have been catastrophic and continue to ripple across the crypto space. In an interview with CoinDesk, Hoskinson claimed the event highlighted the importance of taking time to develop a project before releasing it to users. If you move too quickly, as we've seen with Luna and we have seen with $10.5 billion of hacks last year, you could actually get it to work until it doesn't. And then when it doesn't, it's a catastrophic failure and everybody loses their money, Hoskinson said. In this case, Cardano could be the opposite. The network has been constantly under development since its launch. Critics complain that this process might take too long. Unlike other projects, Cardano took years before it was able to operate under a decentralized proof-of-stake consensus. In addition, it took several hard fork combinatory events before the network implemented smart contract capabilities. As a response to the critics' claim about slow movement, he said IOG was playing the long arc game. He prefers to think about development in terms of years rather than months or weeks. We always say it's not first, it is best out of the gate. The people who are going to survive are those who are tested under stress and exhibit resiliency. In that sense, Hoskinson admitted Cardano's progression at a slower pace, but he prefers the approach, which contrasts with the rest of the crypto industry. The IOG CEO believes the space is incentivized to prioritize speed over quality. As a result, he predicted that projects with a long-term vision and development will prevail over those focused on the short term. Recently, the Cardano Vassal hard fork has now experienced its second delay in the last 2 months. This upgrade is so important to the network's growth, and likewise, Cardano developers continue to stay true to form by only shipping out safe products. The second delay was announced at the end of July, and Charles Hoskinson made a video explaining what was behind the delay and what is expected for Vassal's hard fork going forward. One of the big things that have continually plagued the crypto space has been bugs found in the code of developers. If left unnoticed, they will be exploited on various platforms by bad actors who have made off with millions of dollars in crypto. Cardano's projects have not been victim of bugs, and this can be attributed to the rigorous process the developers go through before rollouts. The project's founder explained that not only do they have to fix bugs, but they need to go back and verify that it is fixed. Then they have to go through the entire testing pipeline once more, which will inevitably take time. But the question on everyone's lips is, when will the hard fork actually take place? The Cardano network is at work to prove the entire community that it is indeed worth it, just to win investors' trust. But how do you view Cardano's performance over time? Be sure to share your thoughts with us in the comments section below. And as always, make sure to drop a thumbs up that this video deserves. And if you don't want to miss out on future important updates, then be sure to click the subscribe notification button so that you can be notified immediately we upload a new video on ADA News. Until then, you can watch our other videos to find out how ADA got here, and we'll see you in the next video.